So today, a credible leaker has come out with new information about the upcoming April Nintendo Direct, as well as new information on Metroid Prime 4. Let's get into it. So, the April Direct, we've heard about this back in the Switch reveal back in January, and we are getting very close to that April Direct. Now, today's news comes from mynintendonews.com. They were talking about the game developer, content creator, Kiwi Talks. According to My Nintendo News, they have major connections to former and also current Metroid Prime developers, so that makes them quite credible. They said on Twitter, in less than a month in the Switch 2 Direct, you will see that Nintendo and Retro are keeping their cards close to their chest with Metroid Prime 4 for this exact moment. The true unveiling will blow everything else in the Direct out of the water. Now, this seems very exciting news from somewhat of a credible source. Now, of course, we did see Metroid Prime 4 back in the last Direct, and it looked absolutely amazing, and that was running on a Nintendo Switch 1. Or we can at least imply that that game was running on the Switch 1. Now, it is heavily rumoured that this game is going to be in this Direct, and this is another source saying that this game is going to be shown. Then in the comments, somebody asked them, they said, it's got to be in the April Direct, right? It makes no sense for it not to be there, but a small part of me is worried that we won't see it in April. They then responded with, Nintendo are constantly tweaking Directs right down to the last minute, but as of now I'm 90% certain that it will be in the Direct. So yeah, this is pretty much them saying, yeah, we should expect to see Metroid Prime 4 in this upcoming April Nintendo Direct. This is good because it will actually answer some questions. It will answer, how do Switch 1 games work on the Switch 2? Will Metroid Prime 4 have two versions? Will it have a Switch 1 version which runs on the Switch 1? Will it have a Switch 2 version? Will it just have one version for a Nintendo Switch and the Switch 2 just magically updates that to run better on the Switch 2? I'm very excited to see what Nintendo do here, and I feel like Metroid Prime 4 is a great way to explain how these games work on the Switch 2. Do we have to buy two separate versions? Do we have to buy a Switch 1 version or a Switch 2 version? Do we have to pay for the upgrades on the Switch 2? This will answer a lot of questions, and from what we've seen in that last Nintendo Direct, this game is seeming to be kind of like a technical showcase for the Nintendo Switch 2, so that's exciting as well to see. This will be a game that pushes the Switch 2 in terms of graphics, so we'll be able to see what kind of power the Switch 2 has, and hopefully we should be able to see a comparison between the Switch 1 and the Switch 2. However, this does make me wonder, will we actually see this game at the launch of the Switch 2? I feel like maybe having a Metroid game at a launch of a system like this might not be the best idea. I feel like maybe a more popular franchise, you know, a Mario Kart, a 3D Mario, might do better at launch, and then Metroid maybe a couple of months down the line. Or Nintendo could just do, you know, have a 3D Mario Kart on there at launch, and then have Metroid Prime as well at launch. I feel like, you know, just having Metroid maybe isn't enough. But, that being said, the Switch OLED, that did launch with Metroid Dread, and that did very well. To be honest with you, I'm just really excited for Metroid Prime fans, to be honest. I mean, we've been waiting for this game since 2017, and we are finally starting to hear new information about the game. It's time to get excited about the game. The game is coming soon. I feel like this game is definitely still going to happen this year. Of course, Nintendo talked about it in their investors meeting, and of course, this isn't confirmed by Nintendo. They could easily just change the Direct. This isn't confirmed, it's all just, you know, internet leaks, internet rumours. This could not happen, but I'm very optimistic, and I feel like we will see Metroid Prime 4 in this Nintendo Direct. I'm starting to get really excited for this Nintendo Direct next month, so let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you think we will see Metroid Prime 4? Do you believe this leak, this rumour? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below, and I will see you in another video. Thanks for watching, everyone.